Well, hello guys, this is me, Christian, again. And throughout today's video, you know me, just doing a regular walk outdoors or whatever. And also, today is known to be Groundhog's Day, so might as well cover some good, insane topics throughout today, because I feel like I can, guys. And yes, I don't mind the fact that I'm supposedly wearing shoes, which is a stupid idea for today being a little bit deep layers of snow. Still continuously snowing like crazy, which is honestly expected while being outdoors. There's no escaping that whatsoever. And just look at all this. While the ground over there is mostly finless snow and almost gone. Meanwhile, the driveway is all completely covered in snow, and there's car tracks from someone leaving or yeah. But anyways, guys, yeah. See this? Most of the deep layers here. That's right, guys. Most of that was just because we did shoveling last time, and that traces the mark definitely. And now it seems like we got to shovel again because for overnight, carried into this morning, we gained a bit of another snowstorm. We gained about like another 4 centimeters. Today is like -5, but feels probably like, well, I gotta say, today probably feels a little more like -10 or -11. And may I add, on top of it, it is super windy based off of those trees moving. And I can feel the insane wind coming my way too, guys. Oh, and by the way, guys, if any of you guys are mainly new to the channel or have had your accounts for a while, make sure to basically just go ahead and like and subscribe if you guys want. It will help me a lot, guys. Thanks. Look at all that. Onto those whole sidewalks. They didn't clearly plow those today, so all the sidewalks are fully covered in snow. From this direction to the other one, and I almost slipped here. Whoop-de-doo those. I see there's a little bit of a leaf on the ground. Dead leaf. Wow, it's just cool. So I guess then it's on to part of the road, which should try to be careful about, of course. And add more parts of nature divining all nature's beauties also through this treacherous white bits of snow outside too, guys. Of course, wowzers. And it may feel like it's dead right now due to all the cold Arctic air. 100% for sure. Oh yes, guys. Don't worry. Because guess what? I got some bright news for you guys. So just like every year, around this exact time in January to February, we get like a ton of snow. Well, we definitely have in the past through a while. Like, I don't know what else to say for that. Yep. With more of that global warming that comes through, guys. Yeah, I feel like that's been possible. And it's possible by 2030, most of which can all change directly, all put together, guys. But on top of all, basically, more specific, climate change has been really acting serious. It's been changing the routes a lot. It's been causing some positive weathers to come sooner, but other dangerous bad weather forecasts to make also its way through too, guys. Okay, so thinking about streaming next, Sam. Yep. So the good news about my groundhog this year, guys. Well, could be good news or it could be bad news to you guys. it really doesn't matter what it is between 6 more weeks of winter or early spring, guys. Because, right, most of which, one half of you guys are going to be happy, and the other half of you guys are going to be disappointed to know. Because I don't know what the audience is like for you guys. Like, I don't know if you guys like more snow that comes apparently you guys' way every year, or do you guys like having early spring come and just get rid of all the snow already, and would love to have an epic, awesome, good-looking spring. But the news can't wait any longer, guys. In one way or another, I'm just bound to say it. So, yep, alrighty then. So, for any amazing, somewhat snow lovers, or yeah, I guess for any current snow lovers right now that are in this season, and I've been waiting for this for a long time, after being put through so many trials of dealing with constant Arctic blasts of the cold, very annoying, honestly very annoying to me, indeed. We've had that constantly come through, like in December, almost, yeah, that would have been a month and a half ago, followed by also, let's see, truly just something else more. And then again, like, it to going from cold to like a little bit warm to feeling like it's spring, tricking into thinking it's spring in like mid-January. And then the next thing you know, coming near the end of January, we have our normal Arctic blast, that we have our second shift of the Arctic blast that kicks in, followed by, you've guessed it, even more layers of snow. So me getting like between 20 to 45 centimeters all put together, like over 40 centimeters, like throughout December, melts a little bit and then melts completely. It's constantly crazy. It's annoying to have the snow come in, then to melt, then come in again, then January, early January, snow mostly melts, of course, so then it does come out a little bit throughout the shifts of the days of January. Mid-January, I think that's where the spring feeling feels like it comes through, and then that's where most of the snow is gone for like a few days, like say 3 to 4 or 5 days. And then what's next to be expected, guys? Oh yes, that's right. End of January. Yep, we got our normal winter that starts, followed by somewhat the Arctic blast. Then basically shortly afterwards too, guys. Yep, even more so yet, continuous snow, like a little bit of snow, then more snow, then more snow. It's continuous, and the craziest thing is near the end of January to sometimes almost the end of February. So like it could be mid-February or the end of February where the snow actually decides to stick for a little bit longer. It likes to stay much more and more. The snow actually likes to stay much longer, and it's crazy, it sucks. But then until finally around the end of February to like the beginning of March, only does it then finally decide to do its wonderful favor just by, well, melting afterwards. And sometimes it will stay completely melted by early or mid-March, and sometimes more snow would like to come back until like either the end of March or the beginning of early April. But even yet, those slight little hiccups were sometimes in late March to early April or mid-April where the snow may like to come back, just to punch you in the face one last time like that for like, I don't know, say 3 to 4 more days, because then finally, after dealing with -1 weather, Then it finally goes back to like 5 or 10 degree or 15 degree weather. And finally, after all the amazing favors, finally it does begin to melt, which is perfect at somewhat last, guys. Yes. But yes, anyways, mainly on to the greatest topic of the news. So, my little Sam, yeah, she, the groundhog, had saw, actually, JK, did not see. Yeah, you're probably confused now. Which is it, like, did she see or did she not see? Yeah, she definitely, for real, did not see her shadow, guys. She did not see her shadow. I repeat, one last time, for the third time, she did not see her shadow at all. So you know what this means? Early spring, here we finally come again. Yes! And that's the part I've been waiting for. Like 2 years. 2 years ago, we had an early spring. In 2024, I believe. That's right, guys. Then just last year, it was a sunny day. Last February 2nd of 2025, if I can recall remembering right, guys. Well, you could say it's kind of sunny now, but it was real cloudy this morning, and it still kind of is cloudy now. I see the sun's trying to finally break out now, but it's too late. Now, does it mean that it's approximate we're going to get an early spring? No. In fact, the statistics say they don't. It doesn't mean any of which. None of this really fully matters at all. It's good to have some sort of event that calculates some level of percentage of the predictions. It can reach anywhere between like 30 to 50%. So, if we are to expect an early spring this year, ever since February 2nd, today of 2026, and throughout the rest of the current year of 2026, you guessed right, just because we get an early spring doesn't actually afflictively make it all true. Now, yes, guys. Now, the difference between the early spring versus like the 6 weeks of winter, 6 weeks of winter is usually your normal winter occasions. So, it could all fully melt and fully warm up. Well, not fully warm up, because by the time it fully warms up, it'd be summer. And that's usually not until like, mid-June? Or even late May, for that matter of fact. But usually, yes, it'd be about roughly almost mid-June. Like, late May is where it gets there. You start to really feel it after almost mid-May coming into late May, guys. But yeah, likely just afterwards. Yeah, so when we could be expecting an early spring could actually be pretty random. It's still unpredictable. Just because you get an early spring doesn't mean you can predict when it's going to be over. Say all the snow fully melts by mid-April. So wouldn't that mean within the 6 following weeks, all the snow would fully melt and it would start to warm up by early March? Like the beginning, like say March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 5th? Yeah, I know. I'm making random examples. I know I forgot to add 4 in there. I guess 4 as well. But yes, it's very unpredictable currently because early spring. You don't know when it could happen. I don't know what could have happened. It could be 1 week earlier, could be 2 weeks earlier, could be 3, could be 4, or it could even be 5 weeks earlier than your normal average 6 weeks of winter. Right? Like, currently, we all know that the equinox of spring, the time that, early spring is supposed to happen, not early spring, sorry, when the first day of spring is supposed to come is usually between March 20th to March 21st. Mostly March 20th here. And in most places, I would assume too. But meteorologically, though, the times when it starts to warm up and start to feel more springy feeling with the warm weather. And that's, in this current instance, of why the snow actually begins to melt. It's because the temperatures would be warming up, usually around February the 28th, the very last day of February. We're still at the very beginning of February, just the second day. We're 2 days into February already. So you know what this means, right? With that being said, it doesn't actually mean it's fully gone yet. Not entirely, nope. That just means we have to get through, respectively, the past 26 more days until February 28th could actually come. Now, say if we were to have a leap year, which would be, of course, another 2 more years from now, in 2028, then it'd be February 29th to be the last day. So it could be either February 28th or February 29th. But yeah, first day of spring is usually March 20th to March 21st in some parts of the world. Some parts of the world could be March 20th. Some could be March 21st. But ultimately, at the end of the results, see, right, guys? Yeah, but why get caught up in that now? We're still a long ways to go, guys. Literally here. Like, we're in the beginning of February now, so the difference between early February is we have a lot of this annoying snow still left on the ground, and if full bits of it too. Seriously now. Just really incredible. A full-blown portion of snow. Very rarely will we have very little snow in the beginning of February, but more so Christmas Day we'll have a little bit of snow to a lot of snow. And in February, the late January to most of February will be a full-blown portion of snow. Then versus, like, say, March, which gets a little interesting, sometimes we may have a full-blown portion of snow. At other times, which I think that'd be rare, but most other times near the beginning of March, sometimes the very beginning of March, it may look a little full-blown, but maybe slightly less. But it begins to melt, you see, after, say, the first day of March. And maybe you may not notice it right away, but say maybe the 2nd or 6th or 8th of March. Or if it's really later in, March 14th or March 15th, your snow can begin to melt, right? Weird predictions, I know, right, guys? I know these certain specific dates could not actually happen, but if they did, let me know in the comments down below. That'd be really amazing. It'd be funny if that happened to me too. I mean, what was it, like March 3rd when I last did something like this, when the snow begun to melt for me? Last year in 2025, guys, right? Just right, guys? Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, usually I find, like, in the New Year's, it's, like, difficult to say. Because, like, in December, it's, like, it's mid-portion. I can't really fully grasp on the knowledge. I can't begin to continue to understand exactly about how the weather system is supposed to work. And wowzers, do we have a speeder. Oof. Well, it's a good thing I'm on the dirt parts and not exactly the road right now. But it's kind of hard when all the sidewalks being blocked by the snow, and the snowplower didn't fully tend on plowing up the sidewalks like they did with the roads. Mostly because there'd be a lot more drivers, and I understand why. There'd be a lot more drivers in the wintertime than they would, say, walkers. But you still couldn't tell that there'd still be walkers when I'm clearly using my 2 walking feet and stepping each direction. Right now, trying to be careful while making this video for you guys. Yeah. But yes, truthfully, guys, yeah. It's, like, difficult, like, in the New Year's, January 1st, it's, like, either going to be full of grass, so no snow on the ground, or a bit of snow on the ground. And in February, well, in most certain cases, yes, there would be a little to a lot of snow in February 1st. March 1st is where it like starts to shift. It starts to melt slowly, and then by April, it's kind of like similar to January, although it's most likely the polar opposite to February. There's either a little bit of snow still left in April or no snow left at all in April, and things finally do respectively begin to warm up, which I'll be really excited about that, because knowing that summer will be coming around the corner. Now, of course, the polar opposite to February 28th for things starting to warm up. Now, I'll say summer would be like when things start to get colder. Actually isn't really so September, even though our first day of autumn or fall would be respectively the 21st or 22nd of September, but it's more so the 28th of August to the 31st of August. I think. I haven't researched this part up, but I did research a little bit of today of some other stuff. So, yes, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome for not being robotically programmed like a stupid AI like most of you guys have been developing, which I do respect, but yeah, well, robots have been advancing too fast, and one day they will hit the singularity point, and I really don't want robots enslaving humanity like that. But we're not quite there yet. It's rapidly improving, but not fast enough yet. So we're good on that for now. Like say, between like certain platforms we have now, we don't just use Google now, which is, by the way, interesting fact, Google was made in 1998, long before I believe some Gen Zoomers were born around the 1997 to 1998 era of the year. But anywhere after 1998, I'm sure most of us Zoomers, I was born in 2004. Clearly, I was born in 2004. And YouTube would have been around in 2005, so yeah. But then now we have things like ChatGPT and other AI things like Meta AI. I'm sure some Facebook users use, or Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, Instagram. Yeah, those are all interconnected, linked to Facebook. Twitter or Twitch, Discord, no, they're not. WhatsApp, same idea. Not connected to Facebook. And why in Screw Nations would regular texting or calling be associated with Facebook? That's just pure stupid, really. Anyways, it's a lot to come through. I'm hoping it'll be... Honestly, I'll be really excited to know if it's likely mid-February, late February, or early March by the time all this not only begins to slowly melt due to warmer air, but also, for it to feel a lot like spring. Early signs of spring to happen when the birds, like the chickadees, start to sing, when the grass turns much greener, when the flowers begin to bloom, when the tree leaves begin to rise up, they begin to sprout green all over again. Not these annoying green, always green pine leaf trees like they stay all year round. Like, I say they're annoying. I like green. Green's my favorite color. Yes, I love it so much. But you know what I honestly don't like, as in hate a bit? How pointy they are. Now, they're not pointy like thorns, but they could still sometimes act like splinters, rarely in certain occasions if you ain't careful. But one day, somebody could just be like running, and it could be like, whoa! Right? Accidentally run into a... Well, technically that could happen with any tree, I'm not gonna lie, but for instance, like, bro, I don't know. My eyes would be somewhat playing a little bit tricks on me for thinking that that'd be camouflaged when most of these are all down. But these are more seen throughout the winter. Because like in like say, not really much spring. Spring, all of them would still look like this in the spring, like April and throughout early May too. They're likely the last to start sprouting up and blooming a little bit. Although some do respectfully start blooming a little throughout mid-April, I say. Some, not all. Only then by like what? Specifically late May to early June, do they then finally begin to really blend in very well with the pine trees here. But besides that, somewhat in this case, yep, nope, just nope. I tried my best to provide the correct information as much as I can. Probably some parts I'm wrong about. That's okay. I'm still like to learn. And yeah, for insane feedback, it's a good thing why there's the comment section where you can let me know in the comments down below so I can have all these sort of things figured out in the nearest future, guys. Like, look at that. That's a lot of dead nature life that will be coming back alive thanks to the earliest source of information, my groundhog on February 2nd, 2026. That's right, early spring, guys. Just early spring. 2 years of please excitement. 6 weeks of winter was last year in 2025, and now early spring once again. I was not expecting it to come too soon. Just like I wasn't expecting this other thing to happen with hinty hint hint, me getting ultra legendary chaos drop again. But you'll have to check that out with the other video, or if I have not already uploaded throughout today on exactly this day, February 2nd, about, of course, guys, it being, well, me opening up more Lucky Day rewards, and you guys will see the results of what the random luck of today rewards are in terms of me opening stuff in Brawl Stars today, guys. You just have to wait and see for yourselves. But as usual, I'm gonna finally get going now and wrap up this video, because these parts right here, they're light mittens or gloves, or I don't know. It's hard to tell between the two. There are some things where it feels so simple, but it aren't actually as easy to fully comprehend and get through into my head, guys. But yes, they're starting to freeze now. My hands are starting to freeze. It's kind of a coldish, chilly day. But luckily the hands I find are the easiest to freeze first, then the face second, and body core temperature third, and other things, etc. Legs I find they're kind of hard to freeze up, more so, but even so, yet those could happen too. Well, anyways, take care for now, guys, and if I got anything else more to say in the it'll be said in the descriptions throughout this video too, so you could check that out as well. More sources to provide information, am I right, guys? Like, seriously, let's just get this party going. I cannot wait for summer to get here real soon. Like, excessively, really sooner than ever. And since we have a bigger snowstorm that came, even more huger, so yes, bigger than before, let's just hope that summer will not only get a little bit warmer, not too warm, but also a little more beautiful in terms of flower pots everywhere. It's like, say there, all throughout. Yeah, and dandelions to be replacing the grass all throughout onto the ground, like the grassy grounds, trees to brighten up all the good, colorful green leaves even sooner. Yeah. Let's hope everything is most likely to come a little bit more greener, a lot more faster than ever before. Let's hope it looks a ton more beautiful than ever before. And more of the basic etc. stuff. Now anyways, take care guys, for real. And yep, Christian signing off. Bye bye guys. And yep, whoa.